All right, here's a video for number 1 on Learning Target 9's worksheet. And here's a balanced chemical equation. And hopefully you have already seen here that it's a 1 to 1 to 1 to 1 ratio of reactants to products. And the question is telling us that I have initial concentrations of 1 mole per liter of ethanol, 1 mole per liter of ethanoic acid. So in my ICE table, my initial values here are going to be 1, let me write that nicely, 1.0, and I'm going to use a big capital M here for the American version of molarity. And same here, 1.0, big capital version of molarity for American students here. And initially I have no water, and I have no ethanoate. This also tells me at equilibrium, I'm going to have 0.6 moles of each reactant remaining. So at equilibrium, I'm going to end up having 0.60 here and 0.60 here. And from this, I'm able to figure out how many moles were changed. I lost some X amount of moles here. I lost the same amount of moles here. And I had to gain the same amount of moles of my water. And I had to gain the same amount of my moles of my ethanoate. So the goal is to figure out what X is. And so I'll see 1.0 minus X is going to be 0.6. So doing simple math here, I'm going to have to find that X has to be 0.40. So each one of these lost 0.40 moles, and each one of these gained 0.40 moles. So now I'm ready to set up my equilibrium expression. So I'm going to have Kc equals the concentration of water, concentration of ethyl ethanoate, all divided by the concentration of ethanol, and the concentration of ethanoic acid. And I wrote them backwards of the way I said them. So now I'm ready to set this thing up. And to set this up, it's products over reactants. And so essentially, I'm going to have 0.40 squared all over 0.60 squared, because my products have the same molarity, my reactants have the same molarity. And when I type this into my calculator, I get 0.044. And now I want some units. So to pay attention to what units I've got, water's strange in this particular reaction. It does have a concentration because the solvent is not water, it's ethanol. So the concentration of water is moles per liter. The concentration of ethanoate is going to be moles per liter, the units thereof. Same with both of my products are reactants, and therefore the units cancel each other out. So this particular value of Kc has no units. And again, please remember that that's different per every reaction you have because of the nature of the ratio of reactants to products. It's also important to note that this is not a measurement. We call this in chemistry an activity. And it's an activity that gives indication of which way equilibrium lies in the reaction. And since Kc is less than 1 in this case, we will see that equilibrium will lie to the left, meaning you'll have a slightly higher concentration of ethanol and ethanoic acid than you will products in this particular case. So hopefully that helps for number 1.